Taylor Swift may have made herself clear on how she felt about manager Scooter Braun purchasing her entire music inventory, including her country songs from her earlier days. But now, Scooter Braun's wife, Yael Braun, pop star Halsey, and Big Machine Records founder Scott Borchetta have all responded back to Taylor's message on how she was grossed out with the $300 million deal. First, we will take a look at Scooter's wife and Halsey's response, and then talk about Scott Borchetta releasing a lengthy letter explaining his attempt of communication through text message with Taylor Swift before the deal was announced. Alright, so first up is Scooter's wife, Yael Braun. She released her response to Taylor Swift on her Instagram, where it read, "I have never been one for a public airing of laundry, but when you attack my husband, here we go. Let's start with Taylor Swift. Whoa. Then let's get the facts straight. You were given the opportunity to own your masters. You passed. Interesting that the man you're so grossed out by believed in you more than you believe in yourself. Your dad is also a shareholder and was notified, and Borchetta personally told you before this came out. So no, you didn't find out with the world. And girl, who are you to talk about bullying? The world has watched you collect and drop friends like wilted flowers. My husband is anything but a bully. He spent his life standing up for people and causes he believes in. Beyond that, it's easy to see that the point of putting this out was to get people to bully him. You are supposed to be a role model, but continue to model bullying. He's a manager, not God. He cannot control the actions of other humans, even ones he manages. Don't blame him because Kim caught you in a lie. It's embarrassing, I know, but adults own up to their mistakes. We learn and grow from them. We don't divert blame and blur the lines of reality to suit our needs. What you haven't seen is what happens behind closed doors. When he has supported and stood up for you, when he has challenged his clients to be kind or be quiet, when he has reached an olive branch out to you on numerous occasions. Scott was so excited to work and build with you. How embarrassing this temper tantrum is because you didn't get your own way. He believes in and supports you. I sincerely hope you can learn to love and believe in yourself the way my husband does. Lastly, if you think he can control his clients, please control your fans. Leave our personal life and kids out of this. You don't understand yet what line that crosses, but one day you will. And I hope you have the dignity, class, and kindness to leave your fans out of this and have an open discussion. Tumblr can't fix this. A phone call can. Now the next response comes from pop star Halsey. Scooter's wife may have defended him, but Halsey's response leaned towards standing with Taylor Swift. Halsey turned to Twitter and wrote, "Taylor Swift is a huge reason why I always insisted to write my own music. I believed if she did it in a way that made my teeth ache like cold water and my heart swell and my eyes leak, then I should too. Because that's how to make someone feel. To drag it from the pits of your heart. To offer it on a platter and say, take some, but take kindly. She deserves to own the painstaking labor of her heart. She has surpassed all expectations of what any artist is capable of. She catapulted her stardom into the Milky Way, and it turns my guts that no matter how much power or success a woman has in this life, you are still susceptible to someone coming along and making you feel powerless out of spite. It speaks volumes to how far we have to come in the music industry, the way writers are treated, how as an entertainer you are respected, but as a writer you're walked all over, even when you are both in one single body. I am standing with her." So both Scooter Braun and Taylor Swift have had artists come to their defense regarding the deal. And lastly, Big Machine label group founder Scott Borchetta responded to Taylor Swift in a lengthy letter posted to Big Machine label group's website regarding her Tumblr post. Borchetta's letter was titled, "So, it's time for some truth." In the letter, Borchetta outlines the shareholders meeting and text messages where he attempted to warn Taylor Swift that the announcement of the deal would take place on the morning of June 30th. So here is Scott Borchetta's letter in response to Taylor Swift. "So it's time for some truth. In regard to a post earlier today from Taylor, it's time to set things straight. Taylor's dad, Scott Swift, was a shareholder in Big Machine Records, LLC. We first alerted all of the shareholders on Thursday, June 20th, for an official shareholders call scheduled for Tuesday, June 25th. On June 25th, the shareholders were made aware of the pending deal with Ithaca Holdings and had 3 days to go over all the details of the proposed transaction. We then had a final call on Friday, June 28th, in which the transaction passed with a majority vote and 3 of the 5 shareholders voting yes with 92% of the shareholders' vote. Out of courtesy, I personally texted Taylor at 9:06 p.m. Saturday, June 29th, to inform her prior to the story breaking on the morning of Sunday, June 30th, so she could hear it directly from me. I guess it might somehow be possible that her dad, Scott, 13 management lawyer Jay Shawties, who represented Scott Swift on the shareholder calls, or 13 management executive and Big Machine LLC shareholder Frank Bell, who was on the shareholder calls, didn't say anything to Taylor over the prior 5 days. I guess it's possible that she might not have seen my text, but I truly doubt that she woke up to the news when everyone else did. I am attaching a very few important deal points in what was part of our official last offer to Taylor Swift to remain at Big Machine Records. Her 13 management team and attorney Don Passman went over this document in great detail and reported the terms to her in great detail. Taylor and I then talked through the deal together. As you will read, 100% of all Taylor Swift's assets were to be transferred to her immediately upon signing the new agreement. We were working together on a new type of deal for our new streaming world that was not necessarily tied to albums but more of a length of time. We are an independent record company. We do not have tens of thousands of artists and recordings. My offer to Taylor for the size of our company was extraordinary, but it was also all I could offer, as I am responsible for dozens of artists' career and over 120 executives and their families. Taylor and I remained on very good terms when she told me she wanted to speak with other record companies and see what was out there for her. I never got in her way and wished her well. The morning that the new Taylor UMG announcement was going to be made, she texted me shortly before letting me know that the announcement was coming in a few minutes. As we both posted on our socials, we saluted each other and cheered each other on. Taylor had every chance in the world to own not just her master recordings, but every video, photograph, everything associated to her career. She chose to leave. As to her comments about being in tears or close to it anytime my new partner Scooter Braun's name was brought up, I certainly never experienced that. Was I aware of some prior issues between Taylor and Justin Bieber? Yes, but there were also times where Taylor knew that I was close to Scooter and that Scooter was a very good source of information for upcoming album releases, tours, etc., and I'd reach out to him for information on our behalf. Scooter was never anything but positive about Taylor. He called me directly about Manchester to see if Taylor would participate. She declined. He called me directly to see if Taylor wanted to participate in the Parkland March. She declined. Scooter has always been and will continue to be a supporter and honest custodian for Taylor and her music. Borchetta then goes into the text that Taylor sent him on Monday, November 19th at 8:57 a.m. Scott, I hope this finds you well. Since communication ran dry on our negotiations, I've done what I told you I would do and gone out exploring other options. Owning my masters was very important to me, but I've since realized that there are things that mean even more to me in the bigger picture. I had a choice whether to bet on my past or to bet on the future, and I think knowing me, you can guess which one I chose. I also saw a rare opportunity to affect positive change for a lot of other artists with the leverage I have right now. I know you believe in the same things I do, and I'd like to think you would be proud of what I've negotiated for in my deal. I wanted to tell you first that I'll be signing with Lucian. I honestly truly cherish everything you and I have built together, and I plan on saying so in my announcement of the new deal. What we accomplish together will be a lasting legacy and a case study on excellent partnerships, and may it continue. I still view you as a partner and friend, and I hope you feel the same. Sending you a hug and my most sincere gratitude, and so much love, Taylor. Borchetta then reveals the text that he sent to Taylor on the evening of June 29th at 9:05 p.m. Dear Taylor, hope all is well and congratulations on the success of your first 2 singles from Lover. I can't wait to hear the entire album. I wanted to pass along to you the same courtesy that you passed along to me in regard to my future. Tomorrow morning, Sunday, June 30th at 10 a.m. Central, the Wall Street Journal will announce that I am entering into a merger acquisition with Scooter Braun and Ithaca Holdings. This move will give us more pop culture superpower than ever before, and I'm so excited about the future. I want you to know that I will continue to be proud custodian of your previous works and will continue to keep you and your team abreast of all future plans for releases of your work. Nothing but the best, Scott. Borchetta closes his letter out with a screenshot of deal points with the final word saying, "And that's the truth, Scott Borchetta." Okay, so now, Taylor Swift's rep has denied that Taylor's dad knew of the deal to People magazine, where they stated, Scott Swift is not on the board of directors and has never been. On June 25th, there was a shareholder phone call that Scott Swift did not participate in due to a very strict NDA that bound all shareholders and prohibited any discussion at all without risk of severe penalty. Her dad did not join that call because he did not want to be required to withhold any information from his own daughter. Taylor found out from the news articles when she woke up before seeing any text from Scott Borchetta, and he did not call her in advance. So guys, thanks for tuning in today. I know that was a lot of info, but it's a really interesting story that's continuing to develop, and we would love to know your thoughts down below in the comments. Again, thanks for tuning in. That's all for today's video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down at the bottom and turn those notifications on for breaking updates on your favorite country artist and all the news coming right out of Music City. Y'all stay country.